Hello everybody, I'd like to give you a very, very warm welcome to Nottingham Castle here on a summer's evening with the sun beginning to sink on the horizon. We are the Hood Youth Orchestra and this is our first time performing live in 17 months and we are so glad to be back performing live. You can see in front of you here we're outside the castle. We are so grateful to the Castle, Nottingham Castle Trust for letting us be here. And you will see, if you're watching, as night falls, you'll gradually see the lights come on and really sort of light up the castle in front of us. We're also incredibly grateful to Lakeside Arts. We have the tech team here from Lakeside Arts at the University of Nottingham who are doing all the streaming and all the technical stuff for us tonight, and we're very, very grateful to their support too. So thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you're going to enjoy it. We've got quite a few new pieces tonight. I'll tell you more about that later. And the first piece that we're going to play, you just heard a piece called Peter Gunn by Henry Mancini from a very old 1950s television programme. And we're going on now with a piece of music that was just from a film that was released either at the very end of last year or just at the start of this year, called Wonder Woman 1984. And this is a score by Hans Zimmer, and I think it's one of Hans Zimmer's best scores. It's a fairly silly film. I really liked it, actually. It's a fairly silly film, but it's actually got something rather true at the heart of it. It's about truth, and it's about how nothing is worth having if it's based on a lie. So it's about truth, and the other thing that's worth noting about it is that it's almost entirely in 7/8 time, 7 beats to a bar, which makes it a little bit tricky. I hope you really enjoy this. This is Wonder Woman 1984. Hi, everybody. Just give me a second. Thank you. That was Wonder Woman 1984. And just before we play our next piece, we're just going to take an A again and then an F for the brass. So if we just retune a little bit. So we are here, as you can see in front of you, we're here socially distanced, 2 meters apart. We have, until last May, we were not able to rehearse together at all. We've been rehearsing online for over a year. It's been a challenging year for that. And we didn't meet each other face to face for well over a year, like so many other people in the country. It's been difficulty with that. And in May, it became possible for us to rehearse socially distanced. But the only way we could get the whole orchestra together under the rules was outdoors. So we've been rehearsing at Nottingham Cathedral for since May, outdoors together. So it's been challenging, but it's been wonderful to do that. So you've just heard Wonder Woman 1984, and that is one of the 4 pieces that are brand new to us that we're playing today. These are all pieces that we developed during lockdown. We rehearsed initially online and then put together live just a few weeks ago. Now, the next piece we're going to play is a very special piece for me. It's the second movement of the first symphony by Florence Price. Florence Price was an African-American composer, and she wrote the symphony. It was first performed in 1931. It was very successful at the time, although, like many pieces, it's then hasn't got played as much as it deserves. And it's only really in the last few years that people have been realizing that Florence Price was actually an amazing composer. And this piece you're going to hear now is the second movement, the slow movement of this symphony. I find this an incredibly beautiful piece. It feels like a hymn tune, like a spiritual. There's basically one tune you'll hear at the start from the brass and the percussion. It's answered by the strings and the wind. Then there's a little episode where the strings and the wind play on their own. Then that main tune comes back. And at the end of it, it then builds up to quite a dramatic climax in the middle, which then calms down into another quiet section. And then at the end of the piece, that main tune comes back. But there's a couple of things that make it really special when that main tune comes back. Firstly, the brass are playing pretty much exactly the same. On top of it, we've got the wind and the strings who've got actually an immensely difficult, fast, sort of something like that, part over the top of it. And there's a magical moment when suddenly at the end of some of the phrases of this hymn-like tune, it suddenly just drops into a totally different key and church bells chime. And it's an absolutely magical little moment. It comes a few times and then it just comes to an end. I find this piece really moving. It seems really appropriate for the time we're in and the year we've lived through. This is the Florence Price Symphony No. 1, slow movement. I really hope you enjoy this. Thank you. I really hope you enjoyed that. Florence Price's first symphony. I absolutely adore that piece of music. I hope you enjoyed it too. So, I was saying we've had a very difficult year. I think it's fair to say that I was incredibly relieved when we got here today and we found that there was only one extra person who was having to self-isolate, because we have been plagued by that over the last few weeks. It's very, very, very difficult, and we've had people missing and people not able to come. But we have almost, not quite, we have almost everybody here tonight, and I'm incredibly grateful for that in all sorts of ways. We have, it's been absolutely true, and I'll say this again later, but it's been absolutely true that the young people and the staff you see in front of you have been absolutely heroic over the last year. It's not been easy in any way, shape or form. Anybody who's ever tried playing in an orchestra outside will know that it's incredibly challenging because you don't necessarily have bounce on the sound. Actually, this is the most amazing setting here. This is absolutely the most amazing setting in order that we can perform in. And as part of the fact it looks absolutely spectacular, it is really good sound. It's just bouncing around here. And the other thing is, the castle, as I'm sure many of you watching will know, has only just reopened after being closed to be refurbished. And it looks magnificent. And I've seen inside, I've seen the tour inside. It is so worth coming to. It is absolutely brilliant inside here. The job they've done is amazing. It's a wonderful thing for Nottingham. We've got Robin Hood stuff. We've got it's all sort of interactive stuff. There's the caves underneath to explore. And on the top galleries there, we've got a lot of the stuff that was here before, beautifully displayed. I can't recommend, I'm not being paid to say this, but I cannot recommend it too strongly coming here. And we're so grateful to be able to be performing here tonight at this really beautiful venue. So, the next piece that we're going to play, this one's called Atchafalaya, and this is by a band called Snarky Puppy, which I'm sure you've heard of. Many of you will have heard of them. The great band at Rock City, shortly before we went into lockdown. It feels like shortly when we went into lockdown. So this is a piece called Atchafalaya. I hope you enjoy it. And okay, here's Atchafalaya. Okay, thanks very much, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, thanks. I'm just getting reminders from some of my section leaders. So that was Atchafalaya by Snarky Puppy. I really hope you enjoyed that. In a minute, we are going to hear a piece called Pig Bag, which we have played before in the past. It's absolutely true that we've done that. I just want to... Sorry, just give me a second, as I've got some notes here about what I want to say, and my phone keeps switching off, or give me notifications that my parking's run out and things like that. Yep, okay, cool. I just want to say that over the last year, that's a good idea to tune. Over the last year, one of the things that has been enormously helpful is we have a team of section leaders who are older members of the orchestra, who take, in normal life, they take quite a large role in taking sectional rehearsals and helping to make decisions and helping to organise and run some things. And that's been difficult for them this year because we haven't had any live rehearsals to really do this with. But I wanted to say to the section leaders who are sitting here now, I want to say an enormous thank you to you because you've been an absolute rock of support right through the last year, helping to make decisions on things, helping to make calls on how we do things, and giving advice about things. If you've not seen the film that our players put together about their 1 year of life making music in a pandemic, it's on the same YouTube channel you're watching now. Please do watch it. It's a really, really beautiful film. It's put together and made by our students, and I strongly recommend it. It's an absolutely beautiful piece. So I'm going to ask now, I'm going to hand over to Heidi, who's one of our section leaders, and she's going to conduct Pig Bag. So I'd ask you to give a warm welcome to Heidi. Can you guys give a warm welcome to Heidi? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Heidi. And let's hear it again for Heidi, please, for the clap. Thank you. Thank you. Brilliant. So that was a piece called Pig Bag. Something came up on my phone today, reminding me that 2 years ago today, we had Robin Hood Youth Orchestra Rio. We were flash mobbing all over the city centre, at the castle grounds, at the cricket ground, all over, and it seems a lifetime ago now. However, while we've been going through lockdown, it's not meant that we stopped making music. We spent a lot of time rehearsing online, and we recorded a lot of pieces, online, recorded and put together. And again, some of those are really worth listening to. There's quite a lot of stuff that we put out there. And what's been really special this week is we normally do a thing called the Great Orchestra Experiment, where we have Robin Hood Youth Orchestra sort of with a few extra players in from outside, and we do big performances for 1,500 children at the Albert Hall from Year 4 who have just started to learn instruments. We've not been able to do that, obviously, this last year, and that's really sad, because we were just about to do our Great Orchestra Experiment when we went into the first lockdown. And in fact, if you've seen any of our lockdown pieces, the first piece we recorded was a piece called Kopanitsa, which is in 11 beats to a bar. And that was the first piece that we put out as a socially, an online performance. And that was because it was going to be part of the Great Orchestra Experiment. However, this last week, we have had a streamed Great Orchestra Experiment, which has consisted of about an hour of music entirely from the Robin Hood Youth Orchestra, pieces like Kopanitsa, pieces like How to Train Your Dragon, a piece called Fire Track, and that has gone streaming out to 4,500 young people in the city. At least it will have done by Friday. We're doing 2 performances each day, and some of our players, Emma and Patrick and Imogen, have been in as part of that, helping to present it. So again, I think it's really important to try and think about the fact that although it's been incredibly difficult, we have made music during the pandemic, and that music has been inspiring young people right across the city. And the reaction we've had to that streamed Great Orchestra Experiment has been absolutely tremendous. You've seen one of the schools sent us a picture of all their children conducting away to the Florence Price piece that you've just heard, conducting beautifully, and it's really inspired people. So Robin Hood Youth Orchestra has done a lot of good for that. And out of that, we are releasing 3 new tracks in the next week. On Friday at 1 p.m, we are releasing a performance of the trial scene from Verdi's Aida. That's an amazing piece of music. We recorded the orchestra parts about a year ago, because it was going to be part of the first Great Orchestra Experiment, the one that got cancelled. We recorded the orchestra parts. Since then, we've recorded, Graham is sitting at the back there, has played the part of the chief baddie. And we've had a professional mezzo-soprano called Helena Payne, who's coming to sing the part of Amneris. And over the last term and a half, we've been recording in schools over 1,000 children in city primary schools who are playing the parts of the judges in this performance. This has been part of our streamed Great Orchestra Experiment this week, and we are making it publicly available at 1 p.m. on Friday on our YouTube channel. Please watch it. It is absolutely stunning. It is really, really dramatic. And the quality of acting from Graham and Helena and our 1,000 young people is really good. They're so into it. Please look out for that. And then next week, on Monday, we're releasing the standalone version of Fire Track. You might have seen that as part of Christmas in the City, but we've not released it separately before. That's coming out at 1 p.m. on Monday. And on 1 p.m. on Tuesday, we're releasing How to Train Your Dragon, which is Robin Hood Youth Orchestra with our Robin Hood Youth Orchestra Interconnect group. That's coming out at 1 p.m. on Tuesday. So please look out for those and tell people to look for them, because they are wonderful performances by our young musicians here in the city. So we're going on now with a piece that we've played a few times before. This is Skyfall. Thanks. You look amazing with the lights behind. Guys, just look behind you. Just it looks fantastic. The castle all lit up. Really, really lovely. So, in a minute, we've got the last of our new pieces. And that's a piece called The Mandalorian from the Star Wars follow-up or prequel or whatever. And just before then, a couple of things. Firstly, we are sadly going to say goodbye to quite a lot of our players because they are off to university. And if you know people out there in the city who would like to play in the Hood Youth Orchestra, tell them to look at our website, because we're recruiting again for next year. And we've basically lost 2 or 3 generations of people off to university during just before and then during the pandemic. So we are recruiting for a Hood Youth Orchestra. We've also got lots of new music ensembles that are starting up in September, all sorts of things. They're all on our website. They are sort of interconnect groups, the intermediate level between our area bands and Hood Youth Orchestra. We've got a lot of groups starting at that level. We have a Cuban jazz band, we have a folk group, we've got a rhythm ensemble, we've got string groups, we've got all sorts of things that are going on. So please do, if you know people who would like to be making music, because we know during the pandemic it's been very, very difficult, and a lot of people haven't been able to make music. So we're really hoping to try and get everybody back to make music as much as possible. So please do mention that to people. I'd be really grateful if you're enjoying this evening. Please do mention us on social media. Do tag us in. I know our students, our section leaders have been doing an Instagram takeover, and Lakeside have also been very kindly posting stuff on their their feeds as well, Lakeside Arts in Nottingham. So please do that. So we're coming to the Mandalorian, and this started as an experiment, because I think it was the first arrangement I did after we'd moved to being online. And being online, you can't all have your microphones on because the delay is just absolutely chaotic. We did try with the staff trying to sing Barbe Tandazo as a staff thing, and that lasted about 4 seconds before it collapsed in a heap. But I had this idea, because if you know the Mandalorian, you know it starts with a da 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 da, sort of something with a big echo effect on it. And I had this idea that if we did that and everybody switched on their cameras and microphones online and played, it would just the delay, the time lag would sort of make that work. Well, it doesn't, because all that happens is that all the other microphones get switched off, because Microsoft Teams does that. But we found a way around that one. And I hope you enjoy the start of this here, which is trying to imitate what it would be like if we had electronic effects to work for us. This is The Mandalorian by Ludwig Göransson. I think it's a really interesting new take on the Star Wars ideas, quite different to the John Williams the ideas. So I hope you enjoy The Mandalorian. Okay, we're very, very close to the end of our concert tonight, and we've just got one more piece to play in a minute. And what I do want to say is a few thank yous here. Firstly, can we say a massive thank you to the tech team out here from the University of Nottingham Lakeside Arts. Can we give them a clap, guys? Because they've been amazing. I think our original plan was to have somebody with a mobile phone, so we've sort of definitely gone up market from that. So that's really, we're really, really grateful, guys. Thank you very much indeed. And can we say a really big thank you to, I'm not sure if Gareth's here, but to the Nottingham Castle Trust, who've let us be here tonight. I think he might be down there, can't really see behind the lights. Let us be here tonight. A massive thank you to the Nottingham Castle Trust. It's brilliant that we're here. Because we don't have an audience, we have to clap ourselves here, do the clapping ourselves, so that's good. We are hoping, you can't see this up here, but I hope you can see the castle the way it looks. It just looking at these guys here, it's really moving actually, just seeing the way it looks. It's absolutely fantastic. And we can just see the sun setting there over the west of the city. So thank yous there. And then an announcement, all being well, part of this concert tonight is going to go out on Notts TV tomorrow night, and A Up Notts, and that's if we can get it edited into them in time. So hopefully that's going out on Notts TV. Please do listen out for the AIDA this Friday at 1 p.m, and then the Fire Track and the How to Train Your Dragon on the Monday and Tuesday of the next week. And then if we could... if you enjoyed tonight, then please do tell us please do tell people about us. We are the Hood Youth Orchestra. We are Nottingham Music Hub. I want to make an enormous tribute to the staff here at the Music Hub, who have been absolutely magnificent over the last year in adapting to doing things in a different way. So can we give staff a clap, please, because they've been absolutely fantastic. And in a minute, we're going to play our last piece, which is Car Wash. And in case you turn up your nose at Car Wash, I'm here to tell you there was an article in The Guardian this week about Car Wash, how we made Car Wash. So if it's in The Guardian, it must be okay. I really like Car Wash. It tends to divide opinion in the orchestra. It's either sort of, oh, Car Wash, or Car Wash. Anyhow, we're going to play it last. But before we do, I want to pay the most enormous tribute to the young people that you can see in front of you here. This has been, for all of us, the most difficult year of our lives. I don't know what it must feel like to be the age that you guys are, when it's such a massive proportion of your lives. And they've been coming right through that. They've kept music alive here. They've kept music alive. And I'm really grateful to them for that. But I'm also enormously proud of you as musicians, and possibly even more than that, I'm enormously proud of you as young people, as young adults. Because I think you've been absolutely amazing. You've stuck with us through thick and thin, through online things, through bad quizzes, through good quizzes, through all sorts of things, and you've played outdoors, jumping between all the muck on the grass and stuff like that. And really, guys, you need to be really proud of yourselves, because what you've done over the last year has been amazing. Thank you. Give them a clap. Thank you. Thank you very much for watching tonight, everybody. We really hope you've enjoyed it. From here at Nottingham Castle, we're going to play Car Wash, and then we'll say goodbye. We'll say goodbye now, and we're going at the end of Car Wash. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. And please, if you've enjoyed it, tell people about the Hood Youth Orchestra and Nottingham Music Hub. Thank you very much. Here's Car Wash.